am Susan. Today we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at how we make movie magic. As you probably know, the word movie is a nickname for moving pictures. And in the early days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. In the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company produced magic lanterns, like this one, which were widely used by traveling showmen projecting images onto white backdrops. Imagine for a moment what that must have been like. You're sitting in a dark tent, suddenly the white backdrop is revealed, and a single image appears. Then, when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world. Making movies on this location for over 100 years. In that time, we've turned out some of the most memorable film moments in Hollywood history.
Hold on to your butts.
And now, please welcome my co-host, Matt.
Hello, thank you everybody.
Hey, nice outfit.
Oh, you noticed. Now since the very beginning, the basic concept behind the filmmaking process has remained the same, to make the audience believe everything you see is real.
Today's filmmakers have more tools than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive, they're known as special.
And the first special effects were called practical effects. Those are effects that are done live on the set in front of a camera. And our first example of a practical effect will be models. Universal's 1932 film The Mummy made use of miniature effects, including scale models like the ones you see here in the title sequence. And we know that's a model because if you look at the real pyramids, they do not say the mummy on them. Now, Universal relaunched their franchise in 1999, and the Sphinx that you see in the opening shot right there, that Sphinx is this Sphinx right here. This is the actual model that they used in that movie, and the detail on this guy, mwah, chef's kiss. I think Susan would agree, models are still an awesome way to fool a camera.
Absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that also fools the camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at the side screens. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the fire and the parking lot were real. Everything else was hand painted on glass to create a matte and then dropped in front of the camera. And then the footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect.
So we've just shown you two examples of a practical effect, a model and a glass mat.
And there's also a category of practical effects that involves performers and not just props. Practical stunts!
Someone say stunts?
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department!
Yes, that was crazy, did you see that? Carver came in, not upside down, Julia zooming in. Why don't we get a front entrance like that?
Because we're wearing nice clothes. You may not know their faces, but you have seen their work in countless television and movie projects, sometimes as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. Please welcome them. We have Julia Elizabeth here. We have Jay Huerto and our stunt canoe, Conrad Pratt. Now, Conrad, is it safe to say that stunt performers almost always double for actors when there's a fight scene?
That's correct, Susan. Turns out actors don't really like getting hit in the face.
Hit in the face.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
I don't know, Jay, you okay? I'm okay.
He's okay. You can get set up. Now, in staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. All the moves have to be realistic enough to fool the camera, but without getting anybody injured. So the performers have to make it look believable. Now, let me set our scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple nefarious characters are about to mess with the wrong woman. Ready and action!
What's up? Come here! Jay, get him!
Needless to say, this isn't the type of thing any of our friends out there should try at home, right?
That is correct, Susan.
Great job. Don't worry, they will be back. Did you notice the sound effects in that last scene? Yeah, the dynamic punches and dumpster hits. Matt, what do we call those added sounds?
Foley! You may have heard the term Foley before. It's the process of adding sound effects to a film after a shot, but do you know its origins? Jack Foley was a man who wore many hats. He was a writer, a director, he was even a stunt double, but it wasn't until he recorded sounds for Universal over 100 years ago that he began to make a name for himself. For 30 years, Jack worked on Sound Stage 10, and if he couldn't recreate a sound that he wanted on that stage, he actually went out and he recorded it live. He invented a technique called direct-to-picture, where he and his crew recorded their sounds right into the finished film in just one single take. Now, their timing, the action on the screen had to be perfect, because one mistake meant they had to start all the way over from the beginning of the film. And now to help us demonstrate Foley, put your hands together for our volunteers!
The Gray family from Sacramento.
Oh, I'm from Sacramento, so you family. You're gonna help us demonstrate how these objects you have in front of you, they can be used for something completely different in a film. Like this simple guy, a plastic water bottle. This can actually be used to make the sounds of bones crunching. Check this out. Just like that. Piece of cake, right, Aaron? Yeah, you got this. So let's tell everybody what you have, starting with you down here in the end. You're in charge of my crash box. Inside this, we have a lot of metal objects. You're gonna give that a spin when Jason goes flying into the shelf and flipping over the chair. You got it? Perfect, I love it. Dad, you're in charge of our shoes. You're gonna take care of all the running that happens in the scene. All right, you're in charge of our reams of paper. We've taped them up nice and tight. You're gonna slam those down on the cutting board when Melissa McCarthy does her face plant. You've got our boxing gloves, Mom, so it's for throat punches and face slaps. And then Nora down here on the end, we've given you two props, right? We've given you this cowbell. This will be for the sandwich maker when it hits Melissa in the back of the head. And then everyone, this is where things go crazy, because these handcuffs are gonna make the sound of handcuffs. Whoa, all right. So these are your props, all right? That's your monitor right here. When your Momo pops up, be nice and loud. Thumbs up, ready to go? All right, family's ready to go. So let's go ahead and roll the clip, record sound, speed, and action. And cut! Nicely done, How about you guys? But those are some of the softest face slaps I've ever heard in my entire life. Tap, 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 tap. You may be thinking that sounded a little empty, but here's what it sounds like. We have it in the dialogue, the soundtrack, and now your sound effects. Stand right here, watch the side screens, and check out your work.
Get over here and give me your wrist. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Sandy.
Nicely done, baby. Turn around and take it out.
Thank you so much. While Universal has made great films in every genre, the studio really made a mark over the years creating some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Let's take a peek. Universal monsters. We have maquettes of Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Imhotep from the Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
Yes, all the way from Chicago. Everybody say hi, Lori!
Hi, Lori. Welcome. Lori was picked for her very impressive scream. So Lori, let's say that you were face to face with Norman Bates. Let's all hear how you would scream.
That was adorable. You're gonna die.
Oh. As you saw in that fight earlier, stunt performers have to have a very high pain threshold. So my question is, do you?
Well, do you?
You do. That's good, because this next demonstration involves movie blood. Does anyone know what Appalachian Jockey used for movie blood in the original Psycho? Shout it out. Heard right over here, chocolate syrup.
That's right. Chocolate syrup is correct. Psycho was a black and white movie, so they could get away with that. However, nowadays, movie blood has to be so much more realistic.
Thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally. Now, kids, I have to remind you, please do not try this at home.
Try it at a friend's house. All right, put your right hand on the table for me. Palm up so you're right to your vein, okay? Now hold it still, Lori. Ready?
No. She has a high pain threshold. Let's not use the machete.
Right. I'm totally kidding here, Lori. I am not going to use a machete. I have a sharper knife. So take a look at the side screens, everyone, and scream on three for me, Lori. 1, 2, 3! She's okay. Look at that smile. This is a classic cinematic horror technique, a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. This is a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle like that. Meanwhile, though, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bulb back here so that it comes out of the tube right where the notch is, so it looks like it's bleeding from her arm. Give it up for Lori!
That was amazing!
Yeah!
You got blood all over my pants. I gotta go change.
You're gonna love your next outfit, Matt. Lori, you can come with me right over here. We promised you a photo as our thank you. So if you want to set up your camera for me, I will take your picture on our stage. It's the least we can do after all that. So of course, let me pose you with our classic Universal monsters. Your spotlight is right down here. Yeah, you can stand right there. And on 3, let's hear that awesome scream one more time. Okay, Lori? 1, 2, 3! She's okay. Michael, you go home, Michael Myers. Lori, that was amazing. I wish we could see it again. I think we can. Take a look at the side screens. There we go. Get out of the way, Michael. Give it up for Lori one more time, everybody. Michael, you stay there. Well, so far we have shown you practical effects. Now we'll switch to visual effects, which are done in a computer, specifically motion capture. So to help me demonstrate motion capture, or mocap, welcome back my co-host, Matt!
Soak it in, people.
Matt, you're looking good.
It's tight.
Yeah. Why don't we just activate our perimeter sensors, please? So, the dots that you see on his suit, they reflect light to our sensors, which then goes into our computer and captures all...
I ice cream, Mommy.
Is everything okay?
It's really tight.
You know, why don't we just see the capture on our screens down here? Now the computer connects the dots on his suit and creates the digital skeleton that you see. So, Matt, you do a T-pose. That's perfect. We always start with the T-pose to mark the beginning of each take. That way it is easier for us to go. Matt!
What?
We saw that!
Yeah, you did.
Okay, take your left hand, touch the tip of your nose for me. Good, and now your right hand. And let's do both arms one more time. We start with some simple movements so we can calibrate our system. And you can relax your arms. Next, we do full body movements. Start with jumping jacks. Great. In a little bit, you can just jog in place. So digital animators will start with the skeleton, then they can change the aspect ratio, add a wider frame on top. Finally, they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Matt and his movements into anything that we want. So Matt, we've turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear.
Hi.
Oh. Well, you're not just any teddy bear, you're the star of Universal's TED.
Then let's get funky, Susan.
Let's do it. Let's do some more.
All right, here we go. Check this out. Here we go. Here we go. This is for the ladies.
Well, Matt, you have channeled the inner Ted. Ted, what do you think of the show so far?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind the scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted.
Thunder Buddies for life.
You made a Thunder Buddy. Give it up for Ted and Matt.
Susan, I'll see you for the finale.
You got it. Fun fact, Seth MacFarlane had a modified mocap suit made by Foley Studios so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
As far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real. Like fire. Let's take a look at fire stunts in some Universal films. One of the most exciting and dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. And we're gonna bring back out our top-notch stunt department to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Julia in the center is the performer we will be setting on fire. They have coordinator Conrad and Jay acting as our safeties. Now, if you look at Julia's face, you may be wondering, is she so nervous that she's sweating profusely? No, that is protective fire gel that she's got on all of her exposed skin areas. You may know what it's like if you miss a spot with sunscreen. Imagine if you missed a spot while on fire. Before we fuel, we check our extinguishers in case of an early ignition. Got it?
Excuse me, Susan, ready to go.
Got it.
Jay, ready. Julia, ready. Feeling.
At the completion of the shot, Julia will make her way to this fire blanket where she will be extinguished. At that point, we we are looking for a thumbs up that she is okay. If Julia gives us a thumbs down, that is an alert to get our medical team involved. Now, at this point, I need to stress, these are trained professionals, and they are using very special equipment. This is not the type of thing anyone should ever think about trying on their own. Julia is going to burn for 8 to 10 seconds. We're on the last spot where the fuel is applied, so I'll leave it to our booth to set the lights in the house for the shot and our clock to 0. Everyone, please remain in your seats for the duration of the stunt. Whenever you're ready, come.
Jay, ready. Julia, ready. Stunts are ready, Susan.
Ready and action.
Lighting. You're lit.
10 seconds.
Well,
She's okay! Over 16 seconds!
Keeping my first up for your Conrad, Brad, or simply Jen Alberto, and the woman we set on fire, Julia Elizabeth! Woo! Well done, stunt department. Well, if you're not sure if that was real fire, if you're seated a little farther away, you can ask the folks sitting right next to the stage here. You can feel that, right?
Hey, Susan, I'm ready for the big finale. Haha, let's do it now. Woo-hoo, yeah. Woo, yeah.
Matt, we already did the burn.
Yeah, go, do
Susan,
that
we have
first.
time for one more?
Yeah. Oh, it is. Susan, I'm lit. Oh, lit. Woo, I'm lit like a sparkle on New Year's Eve. Woo, tornado of flame coming at you. A phoenix rising from the ashes. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
You're a help, Matt.
Nice 16s. Come on.
So many seconds. Give it up for all our volunteers in the show today.